Okay, so hi guys, this is me Avidivedi and we are doing this session. This is the day 6 of our masterclass which we are hosting in cooperation with iNurture. So yeah, everybody, how are you guys doing and how was the Dashera?
Good, sir. How about yours?
Okay, so we are doing this session inside virtual reality because this is about virtual reality. Okay, so we are going to build our first virtual reality product. All right, so the game I chose, and I chose a game because again, on virtual reality, 75% of the products are game. All right, so it's a huge market of games on virtual reality. We are going to build a very successful game which is Beat Saber. Okay, I'll show you what the game is about and maybe I can even show you playing the game, that how you're gonna play Beat Saber. All right, so yeah, it's going to be fun. All right, and okay, without any further delay, let's dive into the slides. So if I go to here, okay, I'm right now, if you can see me, if you can see me here. Okay, I'm not going to touch my keyboard, I'm not going to touch my mouse. I'm going to control this experience inside virtual reality. So if I shoot a laser here, I can switch the screens and do all sort of things. So that's how we are going to run today's session. And yeah, let's start sharing the screen with you guys. And yeah, it's live here, it's live here, it's live here, and this is our presentation which we are interested in. Okay, so let me make it full screen. All right, let me close this small window. Yeah, now it's completely full screen. All right, so as we know, we are doing this virtual reality session today. All right, and I'm inside virtual reality. It's a fun place, believe me. So now we are going to talk about what is virtual reality. All right, you might have remembered from the session 1, from the day 1, that I told you guys that it's a way of hacking human senses. Okay, so right now if you can see, my human senses are hacked. Screen is not clear, you cannot see. 1 second, it should be clear. Okay, let me also share on oh, hold on. Yep. Let me also share the screen on I can also share on Zoom, so then you might find better.
No,
I
sir,
hope
it's clear.
I hope there are a good amount of people. Okay. Now I
Now
shared.
sir, it's clear.
No, it's not clear. I shared it on the Zoom as well. Hope
Yes,
you
sir. Now
guys.
it's clear.
It's clear, sir.
Yeah, but I got, after sharing on Zoom, I got all these bars, and I hate bars. Okay, no worries. Let me remove that. Come down. Not coming down. Yeah, it's now coming down. Okay, so from the session 1, if you guys remember from the session 1, I told you that virtual reality is basically a way to hack your senses. Okay, right now as you can see, this boy is wearing a headset, which means his eye senses are completely hacked. All right, he can also wear a headset, speakers. Those speakers will put all sort of sounds in his ears, so his ears are also hacked. All right, so right now virtual reality is the way of hacking human senses. And what do we do after hacking these senses? We provide our own data. It's like you hack someone's live stream and send your own live data in there. All right, so virtual reality is very similar. Take it no different from that. Whenever you are building a virtual reality simulation, you should have this sort of concept in your mind, that you are going to hack somebody's perceptions, somebody's input signals, or you can say senses. Like what are those 5 senses? There's an eye, ear, nose, lip, which means taste, and the feel, the skin. All right, these are all five senses, and the goal of virtual reality is sort of hacking all those five senses. Okay, maybe we are not right now capable of hacking five. Okay, but we do whatever we can, which means we hack at least three. Okay, so what three we usually hack is eyes, ears, and feel. Okay, you can totally see the eye is hacked. Okay, eye is completely captured. What do I mean by hacked? It means the real data, the real world's data, is not being able to go into eye. What is going inside eye? Whatever I want to send. All right, whatever the data I want to show to the eye, I can send it through this helmet, you can say. Okay, but let's talk about ears. Similarly, headphones will do. Now we'll say how the feel can get hacked. Okay, you might ask how we hack the feel. Previously, you can say the headsets was this big, and this is actually headset of 1980s. This is a cockpit one, super cockpit one. Okay, so let me go. But now headsets are pretty smaller in comparison, and now even much more. The headset which I am wearing is completely wireless, and right now you can see a wire, but it's for charging because it had low charging. So it's connected with every device of my home without any wire, and I can control almost any device of my home inside the headset. Okay, so now I was talking about the sensation and the feel. So for sensation hack, there are a technology called haptic. We also talked about this technology in previous sessions. Okay, so these are the haptic controllers, which means these controller can take input, which is true, but these controller can also basically give an output. Okay, and what is the output? Output is in form of vibration. Okay, for example, whenever something happens, this controller send me a feedback, okay, in form of a very small vibration, very tiny vibration. For example, if I am touching something, and if that particular thing, if I am trying to push my hand through a wall, it will basically guide me that I am going to push my hand through a wall by sending a vibration. Okay, so that's how the feel is controlled, the feel is hacked, the output is given to a feel. This is also one form of haptic. This is a more mature form of haptic technology. Okay, you can say this is a whole body suit. It's a Tesla suit, and on this Tesla suit there are several motors, there are several motion capture, which means it also captures your full body. It provides full body tracking, but also gives you it also gives you the haptic feedback. For example, if somebody hits you here, if you got hit by a bullet here, you'll feel something is hitting here, or something is giving you a sensation on that part of your chest. Okay, so it has those sensors all over the body, and definitely you can control the intensity of those sensations. So this is I've provided the link of the recent quest, so you can also purchase this quest. I can press escape here, and I can go to this link. You can say now the price are actually getting down. Previously is the newest device, and it's going to be new for at least 2 years. Okay, so let me talk about this device. This is Oculus Quest, the best in the world. If no matter in fact, it's so good that Facebook stopped producing all other devices which it was producing. Okay, like Rift S, like Quest 1, like Oculus Go, all these devices are stopped because they trust on this one device, which they believe can be better than all. Okay, so yeah, this is Oculus Quest, and it's pretty decent rate. If you are serious in investing in virtual reality, invest in this device. At an entry level, it's very low. I remember it was a 90,000 plus previously, the same Quest 1, not this one, Quest 1, but now the prices are in somewhere control. However, it's double the price it's selling in US, but still you can plan to buy it if you want to. Okay, so let's come back here. All right. um I'm going to again hit on present. I hate this sticker. Okay, I'm getting tracking loss because my controller battery is a little low. Now talk about the technology behind this virtual reality. First is obviously graphics, because whatever I see inside this world is a lot of graphics. All right. Computer vision is there. Why computer vision is there? Because my headset is tracking by itself. It's called inside out tracking, and it takes a lot of computer vision. It means it takes something called slam. Based on slam, it basically detects its position in the world. It takes a lot of parallel processing to process these graphics. Takes a lot of parallel processing. In fact, if you guys have heard of GPU, that's actually graphical processing unit, and it actually does nothing but parallel processing. It has a lot of cores, thousands of cores, and all those cores process the information at the same time. Okay. It does a lot of projection mapping, because we have to. So projection mapping is basically, I told you about this in previous classes as well. It's basically the way to determine one object's position or one object's orientation compared to another object's orientation. Okay, that's one way. I showed you a simple math, and that's basically followed everywhere. What sort of libraries you will use? Unity and Unreal both are good options to code for virtual reality. However, in this masterclass, we are targeting Unity. So you can develop for other various devices, like STC is there, which is on the decline. STC is basically used to a very good headset if you talk about 2015, 2016, even 2017. But then Quest keep rising, and after the Rift, I think STC used to take a big amount of setup. You need a base station here, base station here. To hold the base station, you have to carry big long tripods to just to carry the those base station. The controller was not that good. The controller was very heavy, very bulky controller, and this is now fits in arm like nothing. um, so Oculus sort of take away over this Vive, and Vive instead releases Cosmos, I think in 2019. 2018 or 2019, Vive released Cosmos, which is the latest available headset. And but again, that headset was too expensive, and tracking was not that cool as the Rift S or you can say the Quest. The tracking was not, that was their first inside out tracking, but they also kept supporting the outside in tracking, because tracking was not that good and they were not that confident. Okay, so these the Vive is pretty much in the decline. So if you want to invest in virtual reality, I would not recommend investing in Vive right now. Oculus, definitely invest in that. And Oculus right now has only one option left, because the rest of the headset they stopped producing. They have only now the Quest 2, which is I believe it's a good headset. We had a conversation about Quest 2, a detailed conversation when the Quest 2 launches on our XRDI's homepage. So if you go to XRDI's YouTube channel, or if you go to XRDI's Facebook group, you will find that conversation. Five people who are very very cool with this technology, who have built a lot of games on Quest, came and participated in that conversation and had a great conversation, and put it several aspects of having that device. Okay, so talking about the SDKs, for if you want to build for Vive, there is a SDK called OpenVR. Okay, OVR. Not OVR, OpenVR. OVR stands for Oculus VR. Okay, it's very very confusing, but yeah. OpenVR is for STC Vive, and if you want to build for STC Vive, you need that. And the platform it runs on is Steam. So it's a Steam VR platform on which you run. You already know about Steam. Steam is a gaming platform. It's a huge gaming platform, and there is Steam VR, which is mostly for this Vive. Okay. So now also talk about Oculus. Oculus has the platform called Oculus Integration Plugin. and you can find this plugin anywhere, and you can start building with that. So it's it's also known as OVR. Okay, so now let's talk about this other option, and this small bar is sort of hiding my view, and I hate when this happens, but I'm not able to drag this. Okay, now I can. Okay, so now let's talk about this one. This is Unity's option, Unity's solution to that, and this is XR Toolkit. All right, so XR Toolkit sort of adds these two. So it's a platform independent option. So whatever the platform you want to build for, you can simply go ahead and build for that, and you don't have to much care about the platform. It just simply works. Okay, so yeah, these are pretty much the best options. In today's session, we could have used XR Toolkit as well, as it's a very easy to use as well. But I am going to use the Oculus SDK for various reasons, and yeah, let's do this way. Okay. So what we are going to do, we are going to build a Beat Saber game. So if I could hold on. Okay, so let me just not this one. I need to get back to this. Okay, so let me play a session of Beat Saber. It could be a long session today because Beat Saber is not a very easy game to build, especially within 30 minutes. So yeah, I'm going to start side quest here. Looks like I had to grab a physical keyboard because I'm losing some sort of tracking here. Awesome. Why it's typing for 2 times? Okay, so this keyboard is for some reason typing 2 times whenever I'm trying to press one button. Could be because of battery issue. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the headset first. Okay, let's see if we could play Beat Saber, a simple game. Okay, let me close all these links. We don't need these anymore. Okay, let me start side quest. And I'm right now sitting at a very limited space. I don't have much of a space right now, but still I'll try to show how the game works, right? So to do that, let me just get you. We have to do. Yeah, we can just simply hit this button and it will start casting my screen. Okay, yeah. So yeah, what I wanted to do is this. Okay, so that you can see me and also see this screen, but you are not going to see this screen. Okay, what I'm going to do. Okay, no issues. I'll try some way. I'll start instead of this screen. Let me cast here let me just delete this screen. I don't need this one. I can instead of share this screen, which is, hold on just guys, I want this to be recorded on the YouTube channel as well, otherwise we'll miss some of the content. Okay, so here could be it's hard to, oh yeah, it looks good. All right, let me just start the game here. And it's a very you can already see I'm in a very small space, so let's see how I'm gonna play. So all right, you can see the screen and everything looks fine. Now you can see my hands. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, I'm going to put the mic a little far so that I could get some more space and I don't bump mic. Okay, so now we are at home. As you can see, the controls of what sort of controls I do get in this. I am in a space station, as you can see. Okay, my voice will be very low, but yeah, hopefully you can see me. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start Beat Saber. That what we are trying to get close to. At least we're gonna build a gameplay around this. All right, so here you can see some safety instruction, continue, and yeah. So I got two swords in my hand. Okay, so this is the game which I want to build, and in this game there's a cool music, and on that music you're basically trying to play the game. Okay, so yeah, so without any further delay, let me just exit the game and quit it here, and I'm back to my space station. Okay, cool. So we are going to build this today. All right guys, so yeah, let's start. I know you guys might not able to hear the sound, but let's just start without it. Okay, so we are going to start building that our game. All right, so okay, let's do this. Start Unity, and it could take a little bit of time, but be patient. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to continue what I was doing with Beat Saber. Okay, I'll show you that how far I have, and what are the basic concepts of building these kind of games.
So can same be done with Unreal Engine?
Yeah. Okay, so if you can already see I have a plenty scene setup for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to explain this scene. This is basically, let me turn off all the other things so that you can focus on what is present here. Okay? This is the dome. I said the dome is nothing but 4 walls and all those. So suppose if I close all this, so what it is, I have also closed the walls, so it's just a 4 wall. Okay, it's nothing special, but there are 4 walls put it on top of each other. You can see it's nothing, it's a scaled cube which is put it on top of each other and became 4 walls. After those 4 walls, I have added some LEDs like these. Okay, so these are nothing but they are simple lights, not lights, these are simple cubes, and on this cube there are some special shader. So these are universal render pipeline based shader, and I have basically used these for emission. So suppose whenever the camera will be there, the URP, universal render pipeline, use some sort of image processing on the screen, that wherever these objects are, put some sort of gloom effect on that. So there these lights will be, it's not looking here, but these light will be a lot gloomy. When I turn on the volume, you will see the difference. Okay, so you saw the difference. So right now that gloom effect is off. Right now the gloom effect is on, but now it's off, and I'm going to turn it on. Okay, so you saw the difference. Can you see? Okay, so these are the volumetric processing which is happening, and only thing which is on is gloom. So I have set the intensity to 5. I can also increase the intensity to something like 10, and you can see the difference. Okay, now it's too much gloom, but it's even making it blurry a little bit. So I'm not going to make it 10. It's better 5. So yeah, let's save it that way. Here are a little bit of lights, a lot of lights inside this. So let's turn those on. So you can see there are at a little distance there are a few lights I have added. So this is the whole the environment setup. Apart from that, let me delete OVR camera or not. Okay, let me tell you about this. Okay, so suppose if you want to add virtual reality to a scene, what you will do, you will search for this plugin. This is go to asset store. Okay, search for something called Oculus integration. Search for Oculus even, it will get you. Okay, the first thing you'll find is Oculus integration. Click on that. Make sure you have it into your assets. It may ask you to sign in, so simply sign in with your account. Okay, now it will give you option to open in Unity. When you will do that, it will start the package manager. Previously it used to be a different window like asset store, but now it is a package manager window. You can see Oculus integration already. It's you can hit import. Okay, but since we already have in this project, you can see this Oculus folder is because of we have imported this already. Okay, we can hit update, but that is fine for now. All right, I was building this scene for Quest. This is why this is on Android mode. I'll show you some of the settings of this. Make sure again the same settings somewhere similar to that, but make sure the rendering pipeline is linear. You can also go to gamma, but it's better to have linear in virtual reality. You can also remove the Vulkan API because we don't need that here. Make sure the Android version is above 7. Okay, and I think that yeah, that is pretty much it. then go to XR and select this option. Without selecting this option, it will not work. Make sure you select Oculus. You can also build for the Vive, the headsets which are powered by PC. Like I'm going to build it for Rift. Okay, so to build it for Rift, go to PC or Mac, hit switch platform. Okay, now it's me switching to a Rift instead of Quest. So I'm going also showing a capability of Quest which is called Link. Okay, so it's a wireless headset, but you can also make use of wires and power it, make it a PC power headset. So use only display and sensoring from the headset, but use the processing power of the PC. So that's what we are going to try with this. We have switched it to a PC standalone. Again, go to player settings, make sure the Oculus is checked here. Here XR settings are removed, so I'm going to go on this, make sure the Oculus is on, right? In this as well, in the Oculus settings, this looks totally fine. Make sure you go to here, check here. Yeah, these settings are for Quest, because this setting is for Windows mixed reality. You check this settings are for Rift S, so it will. So right now it's already using this Oculus. You can also tap Windows mixed reality. It will not make much difference, but it will import the plugin of those Windows mixed reality headsets. Windows mixed reality headsets are similar to Quest, but they they are similar. They are similar headsets, but by different providers like HP and all. So HP is coming up with a very cool headset, which is HP Reverb, a very high resolution, very high performing headset. All right, so we got it here. I don't think we need anything else. We'll just run and test if we need anything else. Why I'm choosing this instead of Quest? Because Quest will take a lot of time of debugging, which we sort of don't have when we are building it live. Okay, so now let's talk about this OVR rig. So inside, whenever you have this Oculus integration already installed, the first thing you must do is search for OVR rig. Okay, search OVR. OVR rig. Am I writing something else? Sorry, OVR camera rig. Okay, so you'll find a prefab. Okay, what is a prefab? Prefab is basically an object, a group of object in hierarchy, and you save it into the assets folder. So the same state which is in the hierarchy is saved to assets folder. So you can say the state is saved, and that's called basically a prefab. All right, so now I'm going to oops, sorry. Yeah, so where I was, OVR camera rig. Okay, so let's imagine I dragged it here, and it will create a different OVR camera rig. I don't want that because I already have one in my scene. Okay, so if you are starting from scratch, do that. So let's tap on OVR camera rig, and here you will see bunch of settings. You don't have to care about most of the settings. Okay, but what do you care about? Let me just tell you. So OVR camera rig, if you look at that, it consists of several hierarchy. Like there is a local avatar which I have added. The local avatar will basically give you the avatar body. Okay, it will give you a head, it will give you two hands. So that's the job of OVR avatar. Next, it has the tracking space. In the tracking space, which means these are the points which are being tracked by your headset. What are those points? Left eye, right eye, or center eye. Okay, so what are these? So center eye is your main camera, which is basically rendering this. If I turn off this, you can see the display is off, which means no camera is being rendering. So center eye is your main camera. You don't have to much care about the left eye because it's already off, and the right eye. Okay, center eye is your main camera, and it also has an audio listener, which is supposed to have. So center eye is your main camera for this, and you can also choose to here you can find options to choose to render this option. use per eye camera. When you will do that, it will basically use all three cameras, one for rendering on your screen and other two for rendering each for your eye. So if you have some sort of content and you wanted each eye to see different content, actually different content from different camera, you can do that. Otherwise, what happens is basically already the from the center eye image is being captured, and it's calculated that how it will look to left eye and right eye, and then another two images generated. This is somewhere faster than creating all those two images. Okay, so this is a faster approach which is already set it here. In the left hand, in the right hand, I have some sort of equipments. I'll show you. So if I go in the left hand, I have created this Saber. Again, you can see it has the emission component, and this is a blue Saber. It's nothing but a capsule which is added to your left hand, and this ray is also another capsule which are a little smaller, so it looks like a handle in your hand. Okay, so and in this one, in right hand, it's a similar setup. It's a different Saber. You can see this one is a little red. Okay, so there's a red Saber and blue Saber which are already in your hand. Okay, got it? Which I placed in your hand to be so that you can use it like your swords. Now there is a platform. Just explaining what I have already. There is a platform. You can see it's also emissive, pink emissive platform on which you are standing. Now there is a spawner. Okay, this is a script which I'm going to talk about, and there is a blue cube. Sorry, here is a cube. Okay, so I created a cube which is our you can say this cube is going to be our the cube which will cut. Okay, so as you remember, I created it from primitive. You can understand, no, not used any model, any complexity is not there. A simple box, a simple cylinder, and a simple what do you call this shape? Why I forget this? Not a cylinder, it's a capsule. Sorry, a simple capsule and a simple sphere. All three shapes, and I arranged it in a different pattern. So it already had a if I turn all of these off, so you can see it has a red as well. Okay, it has a blue as well. It has a blue as well, and it has a sphere as well. Okay, so it can take three formations, and I have written a script which I'll show you. I'll turn on everything. Okay, like before. Okay, on this there is a script, simple script which is going to be move. Okay, we have already created the move script earlier in these sessions, so I'm going to talk about this script quickly. Okay, so look at this update. Okay, there's a new position which is my old position basically. So take my position, new position, and add some smaller value on this position. Okay, and then finally I'll hit like rigid body the move. Previously we used transform.move, but rigid body.move is a physics move function. Suppose it will it will calculate for all the physics properties, but it will move according to your position. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this. And these are the based on some sort of selection. So as you already say, I have red cube, blue cube, or the center cube, which was any cube. It means red cube can be hit only by the red handle, red Saber. Blue cube can be hit by only the blue Saber, and any cube can be hit by any Saber. Okay, so these three. So at the beginning, the init function is called, and init function has a job that it's going to decide what sort of Saber I am. I'm a blue, I'm a red, I'm which one. So here it's decided. So how it's decided? It select a random number here. Okay, based on that random number, it's going to disable everything first and only enable that random number. Okay, so it happens only once whenever the simulation is being started. All right, so we got the basics here. Okay, and for example, let's say after we can also program the destroy. So after, suppose 5 seconds. Destroy, and we can provide a timing in this. Destroy game object and provide, suppose 8 seconds. So after 8 seconds of creation, this object will already destroy itself. Okay, because we believe that in that 8 seconds it will travel, either get hit or get not hit. Okay, so yeah, this is it for this one, and this is the spawner. Spawner's job is to create all these cubes. So it has the cube, it has the cube object. Okay, it basically decide where do I spawn it, on the left side or on the right side, and based on that it will decide. It has a beat. Okay, so
So is it possible we can add also a spear?
yeah, you can add whatever you want.
Yes.
Okay, so public float beat. Okay, so our beat is going to be 100 bpm, a song which we are going to take, which is going to be 120 bpm, which means in 1 second, in 1 minute, they are going to be 120 beat, which is a very good, almost a very good beat precision, which means in 1 second almost going to be 2. Okay, so yeah, let's we calculated the beat, and the beat is here, and based on the beat, the spawner is going to spawn a random position. Okay, so either it could spawn single cube, either it could spawn double cube. It's a very simple spawning code. Now the only thing is left on these objects. Let me add that. Okay, on these objects there is only one thing which is left. Okay, the cube has to decide that am I hit by a red sword, or am I going to hit by blue sword. Okay, so based on that we will destroy this first cube, and then build yeah, so this logic has to be built. Okay, for game logic. So if I am a blue cube, I have to be destroyed by blue sword. If I'm a red cube, I had to be destroyed by red sword. Okay, so let's build this logic very quickly. So first what we'll do, we'll code a function. What sort of function we are going to code? Void on collision enter. Okay, so what collision enter does, it basically checks if you are colliding with something or not. Okay, so we are not adding trigger enter for various reasons, because I want it to do some sort of effect whenever it should follow physics when it collide with the sword. Okay, it should take the physics of the sword. It should go somewhere like a bat. Otherwise I would have used a trigger instead of collision. So I'm checking for the collision. So for example, what a collision, you can see a simple green boundary. Okay, so I told you about the vertices. Okay, so how vertices take form of shapes. So similarly you can make the those vertex physics enable or not. Okay, so if you add the collider, this is something called collider, so it has added collider on each vertices and created a collider of its own. Okay, so whenever this particular shape will collide with something, collide means will hit something, it will give us a message. Okay, so this is the function which will give us message, and again this function is coming from mono behavior. So mono behavior will call this function for us. Similarly it calls similarly it calls this update function. So it needs to know first that what I am. Okay, am I a blue cube or am I a red cube? Okay, so whenever the collision happen, it should first ask what I am. Am I a blue cube or am I a red cube? And who has this information? The move cube has this information, because here it's deciding that what sort of cube I am. Okay, so what is my cube type? Okay, so I'm going to access this information in here. Okay, so it's going to check whenever it's going to start, it will basically assign this function void okay, so it's better that if we write this line here, so I know what type of cube I am. Okay, I can do three things. Now I'll have to decide that what type of saber it is. Okay, so let me decide, add the saber type to saber. Okay, so I'm going to, how do I add saber type to saber? So let me do this here, not on this array. I'm going to add a tag. What tag I'm going to add? Blu-ray. Okay, and another tag I'm going to add is here is red ray. So this is the Blu-ray and this is the red ray. Okay, let me just check. So yeah, this one is Blu-ray and the other one is red ray. Got it? So we have tagged these rays and now we are going to get this same tag here. So whenever we hit something, okay, we get information about what we have hit. We are going to cross check that information. Okay, so this function will fire if we are collided with a blue object, and this function will fire if we are collided with a red object. Okay, make sure you don't mess up the spelling here. So if we have collided with a red object, okay, then what we'll do, we have to functionality, but I don't have time to build that functionality. Okay, or simply think about it. Okay, okay, I can add something. Let me just find the blast. Forget the blast. I'm going to play an audio. Okay, so I'm going to search for some game audios. Not. Okay, this is a retro pack of sound. Let me just check if this one works for us. Let me just import that. Hopefully we can use something in this. Okay. Just 1 second, let me search some more. There's one more sound effect pack. Let me import this one as well. This one looking more mature. Open in Unity. So this is asset store, and you can anytime make use of asset store. So that will basically help you a lot. What happened? Null reference exception in asset store. Okay, so it's actually not downloading for some reason. Let's forget audios in this one. We don't really have time for audios, so let me do something else instead of that. If we hit the correct object, if my type equal to, okay, what should be my type if I am hit by Blu-ray successfully? My type should be blue. Okay, cube blue, or my type should be cube any. It means I have hit by a success. It means the hit is successful. Else, the hit is not successful. In the other one, what should be the condition? In this one, the condition should be either I hit by a red cube blue, cube red, okay, instead of cube blue, cube red, or should be hit by any other. All right. I don't want to make it false, it will not give any effect, right? But now let's test with making it simply false, otherwise it will not make false, okay? And we'll hit blue, and here we will hit red. Okay, I think we have everything to test this now, because we are pretty much good to go. All right, now let's I'm going to run this, but before running that, let me just wear my headset. Okay, so I have converted my headset into a link, which means my headset is working as a Rift now. Hold on, something is wrong. Hold on. Awesome. So I have to turn off the side quest. I'm getting confusion between these two. And let me also find some sort of UI, or add some sort of UI, so that it basically simply gives you an idea of what we are doing, if we are doing right or wrong. Okay, so let me add some text on the screen. This text will not be added on the screen space, it will be added on world space. So where is the text? Let me divide by 1000. Hold on. What the hell? Sorry. Here I'm going to divide by 1000. And going to paste all these values to here as well. So let me tell you what I'm going to try. So this is a text right now. You can cannot see it's black. Let me make it white because most of our environment is black. So now the text is white. Let me make the text even bigger. Let me make this property very high, like 140. Okay, so now we got one text, right? Let me place this text at position. Now where is the text? Somewhere here, but I don't want it here. Where do I want it? I want it somewhere here. So it will appear on the sides. Let me add it. So on this we can see basically the meter. One here and one here. So if we suppose miss, I'll send a text to here in the one of those, and if I don't miss, I'll increment the other one. Oops. Like this. How much? Minus 32 minus 30, and here I'm going to rotate it by minus 30 plus 30. Okay, so it looks like the text is going, and I'm going to make this text accessible there, and basically yeah, let me add something like, okay, I can also add this canvas here, something like this. I can remove this. Yeah, looks fine to me. And I'm going to add a simple controller for this text so that anybody could add the text. Let's create a script, C# script called score manager. Okay. I'm going to teach you a very cool trick if you want to start with programming. It's called, so I'm going to create an instance of this public static score manager, same class score manager, and name it instance. Okay. It's called singleton. I'm going to create a singleton and you'll see how useful it is. Then I'll write an awake function. Okay. Instance is equal to this, and that's it, what we want. And now we can access the values of this class from anywhere. So let me score public int hits, public int miss. Okay, so we have two scores. So void add hit, and similarly here add miss. Here I'm going to write hits plus plus. Here I'm going to write miss plus plus. Okay. But there are other things which I have to take care, like text. Okay. So to do that, I'm going to introduce the text class here. click text. All right, so now I'm going to write a function called it's a function called update UI, but it's not like the regular Unity's update. It will update on a different rate, okay? And you will see. All right, so and we'll update this function each time we get a hit or get a miss. All right, now our UI will get update, but we have to call this function from wherever we are hitting our objects, like game logic. Okay, so here I'll update hit and here I'll update a miss. Sorry, this is going to be the same. Here it's going to be add miss, because these are not success. All right, yeah, we got it. So let me just, it's compiling. Awesome, my headset is restarting. Meanwhile, let me just check what is wrong with this. Clear this, it's nothing wrong. Right, every code was fine. Here I have not added the score manager, so I'm going to add the score manager here. Score manager is added now, and I'm going to assign my text values, that this one refers to hit and this one refers to miss. Okay. So let me add that hit text and miss text, and hopefully it will work. And in the beginning as well, I'm going to call this update UI one time. I'm writing in the wrong section. That is fine. Here I'll write this. Hopefully my headset is started now. Let me just check. for some reason I'm not able to switch to Oculus link. I don't know what the reason is. Let me just check on the Oculus. Device connected with Quest, USB 2 connection. Let me try that with a different wire. Okay, let me try a different wire, which is a USB 3. Maybe that it will let me, because I don't know what is the reason right now. Alright. Well, I'm going to use a different wire to connect my Quest. Hopefully this one works for us. As you can see, Quest is connected, and now it's a USB 3 connection. No, same problem. I'm not able to switch to I think I'm getting some problem with Zoom. Zoom is maybe not letting it to switch the connection from USB. Okay, it's very bad, because we are almost done with this. And what to do? Let me just go the longer way. Let me switch everything to Quest again. And we are going to install the APK to our Quest. Okay, so you'll see how side loading works. It's a benefit even. Okay, I'm sorry the session is getting delayed because of these problems, but I think Zoom is stopping the connection as Rift. Okay, yeah, I think it's switched to Rift now. Let me just check some settings. It looks totally fine. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to build this project and going to test it, that if it works. Hopefully. Okay, it's a Beat Saber XRDI APK. Let me quit it. Okay, so we are building our APK, and then we'll send it the APK to SideQuest. What happened? Unity crashed. Awesome, Unity. Because I remember last time in the session when we were doing this virtual reality session, then Unity was crashing multiple times, and it's crashing one more. So it's amazing. No worries. Let's just wait for Unity to work properly. Alright, so let me just try building one more time without any changes. Yes. something is wrong with this. Please. Let me just check if build succeeded. Yeah, looks like our build is succeeded. You can see time is just now. Send it to side quest. Okay. For installation, I can drag and drop the build and it will start installing. Right, but hold on a little bit. Let me just start that. Awesome. Side quest is showing some tantrum here. Let me close all, restart side quest. Okay, I'm going to add it. Now the APK is installing. Awesome. Taking some time, but it usually don't take this much time. So we are getting a few number of errors. I don't know why, but I'm getting them, I think, because of Unity. So I've closed Unity right now and trying to install this again. It looks like it's installing without any problem. Let me just, yeah, it's installed. All right. So let's preview what is installed. Let me just, okay, I'm going to start my screen so that you guys can see where the hell is this. All right, we are back. Okay, so I'm going to find my APK and then yes, cool. So let me just go to go to find my APK. So it's installed and it's in unknown sources because, and the name is Beat Saber XRDI. So I run this and let's see what is the difference and is it working at all. You can see Unity logo. I can see these in my hand. I cannot see text. Where are the text? Why I can't see a text? Okay, 8 seconds is too less and they are getting deleted even there. Okay, so a lot of cubes are not even reaching me and 8 seconds is pretty much less. The text is I think on the other side of the simulation, so it's really bad. But you can see Saber is working and pretty much everything is fine. So let me just fix those two issues and test one again. So Unity is causing a lot of problem to Java libraries, and because of that we are getting some problem with side quest even. So I'm going to close the side quest for now and we'll retry this what we have right now. One big problem is that it's destroying it much earlier and the rest other problem is the text is not visible. So we'll check that why the text is not visible first. Awesome, text is not even visible here. Honor is there. Why Unity, why you deleted my work? So Unity somehow deleted canvas which we created, all right, which means there is no text available here. Awesome. This is very, very awesome. So this is why there was no text. Let me just quickly do all that shitty things again. Okay. Create a canvas, make sure the canvas is world space, and make sure the canvas is world space. Divide by 1000. Copy that, paste all over here and here, make it 0 0 0, and where it is here. Okay, I'm going to add some values. Okay, so let me just add some values like UI text. Okay. I have added the text, but I'm going to make the text much bigger, so like previously we did. Make the text center. Okay. Make the text huge. Make it white. All right, so we got our text. Just the text along with this. We have to make sure that it's inside turtle. Little more inside, somewhere there, and it's readable as well, so I'm going to make it a little more bigger. All right, something like this. For example, what was the rotation which I have provided? -21. 0. Add the rotation here. -20. Okay, and I'm going to copy this text, make it here, and provide the rotation +20. Okay, now this looks really good. Yeah, this looks good. No issues at all. Yeah. So again, I have to assign the script again. Core manager, I'm really sorry. It's getting late, I know. But sometimes things don't support you that good. Okay. Another problem what we had in last run was the timer. So let me just fix that. The destroy which we added, I'm going to remove that line. Yeah, 8 was in somewhere in mid, so let me add a big number here. Let me like 40. I'm sure this will overdo, so that will work. Okay, so these were the two problems. One thing I noticed that it's better if I improve some of the height. So since I'm sitting as well, the view was not very well. So I'm going to make it a little higher. All right. So yeah, just drag the OBR rig, and that's fine. I'm going to rebuild the scene. Okay. So build it again. Hopefully this time it works.
if it was connected as a rift, then we to face no issues with the building and all, which means you could have simply pressed the play button and tested the application. But since we are doing all this nonsense because it's not connecting for some reason, maybe it's Zoom, so there are a lot of video channel access which Zoom uses, which is interrupting with this rift connection right now. All right, we got our APK ready. This is, yeah, this is the one. Let me turn off Unity because Unity will interrupt with, as you know, our other application, which is SideQuest. So start that. Okay, we got the SideQuest up and running. Let me go to the task manager. Okay, yeah, task manager is running. I don't want this. I want to just drag Beat Saber, latest one, and drag it here. So it's going to update the application. It's going to test it, that is it capable to run on that, and then upload it. Now it's uploaded. Let me just quickly start sharing my screen. All right. So now you are inside my headset. Let me just make it full screen. All right, let's find our APK. It's this one, Beat Saber XRDI. Okay, now we can see hit and miss. Now what happened? We hit, but hit 2 times. There must be some problem with that. So I'm getting a tracking loss. Battery is a little dumb here. You can see the code is working, but again, these blocks are very apart, so I have to work on a little bit of code, but you can get my point that it started working now. All right, and the game is pretty much very fast, so I need to introduce some more delay into this, and it should come in mid. It's coming inside, and I'm losing the control because the controller battery is dying, so I'm losing a lot of tracking. All right, so this was it. We built a Beat Saber. There's a lot of fine tuning which it needed, definitely, but it pretty much works. And hopefully you got the idea. Yeah, so if you guys have any question, please do ask. Okay, so 19 people still survived the whole session. So if you guys still have any question, please do ask.
Avi, it was nice, Avi. I think many students got an idea of this Beat Saber. I think they would have seen it right now. They would have not aware about how to create it. I think after this session, I think they got an experience. I think they can change the assets and they can recreate with same Beat Saber into different names.
Yeah, definitely. You guys can change graphics. You guys can put your own flavor in it. For example, make a Beat Saber game in which the Ravan is throwing his head in front of you and celebrate the Shera that way. So
Wow.
you can.
I think the idea which you have given also, I think it will be a great idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah,
So
so
suppose,
that's a point of view they can release that.
definitely. And we did a Beat Saber version previously as well. So
Okay.
let me show you. I think it's here in video is added of that. So there is a previous version of this Beat Saber which I created, but in which we were not using sabers, we were using boxing gloves. And that was used to look like this. Let me show here as well. So here you are boxing with these coronavirus. And you can see in these visuals, it's pretty much the same code, but a different look is there.
I have experienced this actually. It was very nice to me actually.
So
Due to this corona point of view, it was very nice. I think I saw it in your page or something.
So yeah, this code was made in 8 hours, and I also built that game in a live stream. So yeah, it takes time. So this is why I shipped a lot of components. Still, it was a lot of code to do. Okay, so you guys will get the point that how to start with this sort of games. And it takes a lot of efforts to create such tutorials, and it takes a lot of efforts to build such games. So please subscribe to XRDI TV, which is XRDI's YouTube video. So make sure you go to XRDI and hit subscribe to here. And so in this session we started with 600 something students, and now we have 17 on the Zoom. So it's great journey, and I hope, but the last 20, whoever will left, and this okay, yeah. So okay.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you for your session.
Thanks
Thanks
everyone.